we are in a way we're talking about practicing sympathy and empathy within us, isn't it? And then how do I stay in the level of love and exercise sympathy and empathy? At the same time, how does it in real life, in experiential life, look like? So what is it that I am accepting? What is it that while I'm accepting, while I'm seeing you, while I'm unconditionally allowing you to be yourself and loving you in that place, I'm also pushing you into something. Both are happening at the same time. So that means we are asked, I'll say it in many different languages for the parent and for the teacher, this question. Like with a child under 7, mother and the child, teacher, kindergarten teacher and the child. And this is all one. Me as a teacher or as a parent, I'm with this child like this. This gesture changes now with the turn of 7, with the need from this being worthy of imitation to move into loving authority. I no longer can do this. I have to learn a new way of expressing my care and love. How does that look in gesture? That looks, in my experience, it looks like something that belongs to me and something that belongs to me. So the gesture has changed. And there is something that I want you to do, but something about you I'm also understanding, I'm willing to understand, this will to understand you, will to take you into me, to understand you, to accept, to digest you, to accept you, but I'm also asking you to do this. There's something that belongs to the child, there's something that belongs to me. If I'm expecting all children to open the main lesson books, I'm clearly focusing on my intention and on my expectation and what I would like to see all main lesson books open. But I'm not saying that I want it to happen now. But I'm also making a commitment not to step out of it. Well, if she chooses not to open the main lesson book, that's all right. I'm not saying that. I'm saying everyone is going to open the main lesson books. But in their own time, in their own individual way, in their own style. And the more I hold my intention clearly, how I would like to see the main lesson book being opened, the more possibilities that each one of you make a journey towards my intention. So I'm doing many things here. With me, the hand which went inside me, so we just started addressing a question. How does it look like in practice, this loving authority, unconditional love? So that's where we are going, for you to have a context here. So the work I am doing with myself with this hand is, am I clear, non-negotiable clarity in what I am expecting out of each one of you? That's very clear. This ground is not shaking.
Non-negotiable upon that is the
non-negotiable expectation on it. So you cannot come and say, can I just open my main lesson book a little bit at the end and then close it? Yeah. Can I just open it after this lesson is over? And I'm always opening it at home with my mother. Is that listening to you? My intention very clearly beyond all your heads, above all your heads, is to see that at this time, every morning in the main lesson time, when we finish this and this and this and this activities, we're all going to open main lesson books. Simple, clear, non-negotiable, unshaking ground. So I stay here, I'm waiting in me. But I'm also witnessing you, watching you, how each one of you are responding. Will to understand, will to enter this space, what is happening inside you. This knowing that you are no longer the same child I have known. You are no longer the same child I've experienced before. Now I'm sensing that you have a little dialogue inside you. Rudolf Steiner describes it as inner battle. Every child in a battle. Every child at the turn of 7 is going through this inner battle. I want to listen, but something in me says, you don't have to do it. I want to tell my limbs, you open the book, and then inside me, something comes out of me which is very new to me. First time it is happening to me. In the past, whatever my kindergarten teacher is doing, I dribble and drew, and then my hands just do it. Now, there is something new happening inside me as a child, and this newness in me, which is waking up, is now also mastering my limbs. So I cannot any longer just totally surrender my limbs to the atmosphere and let them guide me. Now, something inside me is coming and saying, you don't have to do it. You can just go out and play with her together. Or you can just be interested in it, or interested in something else. This inner battle is there. What helps me to win this battle and work with you is what lives between me and the teacher. If you are my teacher, what is living between you and me is what is giving me strength to come to a point where, I know, you're telling me not to do it, okay, but then this is pulling me. This is sympathy, antipathy. Only when I push this with the antipathy, I can reach that with sympathy. Child for the first time is experiencing this duality. Before, the child's life was with oneness. And if my mommy is crying and she's sad, I sit with her and I also feel the same. There's no independent inner life before. Now for the first time, while I am with my teacher, my parent, there's also something that's coming out of me and I don't know what to do with it. I might even get scared because this is new. And if this happens, if this grows, and if this continues to grow, then I feel that I'm disconnected from you. Maybe you no longer love me. Maybe you're not there any longer for me. Do you still love me? Are you going to do still the same things which you used to do? But I don't need you to do it because I'm independent now. Yeah, but then why are you just staring at me? And then why don't you just do things for me like you used to do before? Why don't you get me a glass of water? Why don't you ask me to come to the table and feed me? Why are you not asking? You don't have to tell me 4 times that I have to have dinner. I know it is dinner time. Yeah, but then inside me I'm also having, oh my God, she's not calling me. I walked away from the table. No one came to my room to get me back again for dinner. So did I run away from the table and then happily sleep in my room? No, I lie down in my room and wait for every little sound. Are they coming? Are they talking about me? Everything is silent. Maybe she's coming to get me. Maybe my dad is coming with the dinner plate and he's going to carry me down now. I'm just waiting. My whole body is downstairs. But then I'm in the bed and then waiting. And then every little sound, oh, maybe they'll come. And then now the door is opening. Yeah? So that's here. No one came. No one comes. I'm just with myself. Where do I go? Where do I go when everybody in physical world leaves me alone? I go back home. Yeah, I cry and then I put myself to sleep and I go back home. And I feel home again. I feel the warm hands which were very familiar to me. And then I listen to them. I feel being loved. I also learn how to be in this world whole day as I am, independent, fiercely independent, trying very hard to be independent. And then I know in the night I can go back to my bed and then I go. This also builds a deep relationship to the child's inner life and spiritual beings. This is the time children and spiritual beings. This is the time children do a lot of naughty things in the classroom. And I might have pushed one of you in the playtime, and then I wish nobody has seen me doing it. But then I know that I pushed. And this little friend of mine cried. Thank God nobody has seen me. I didn't get into trouble. But then I sleep with this. I sleep with this in the night. And who teaches me? Spiritual beings in sleep teach me. Maybe what you did is not good, Lakshmi. So next morning I go quietly. First thing I look is for this friend whom I pushed. Thank God she's here. Not only she's here, she even smiled at me. I think she's smiling at me. It's all good. It's all going to be good. Maybe I can go and then sit next to her. Maybe I'll let her hold my new pencil for a minute. Yeah, and then take it back with her. No consciousness. Because what was there here, there also is here. It was not absent. Because it was not absent, I did not wake up to this. Because it was always with me, I did not wake up to it. But now, for the first time, I'm pushing them antipathy, and I'm pushing the same gesture comes towards my mother, same gesture comes towards my teacher. So what I am doing there is what is expressed here and expressed here. The same thing, same gesture is coming. Because now I also can do something with this and something totally different with this. Now I can do this with my right hand and left hand, two different things. I don't have to use both hands for everything now. I can do this. I can push that world away and I can hold what is coming towards me from my friend here. I can push my mother away and I can go to the teacher. I can push my mother and teacher away and push everyone, my brothers and sisters, and go to the spiritual world. So antipathy can be towards one person in life and towards the other person's sympathy. I actually have to fight with one girl so that I make best friend here. A lot of politics, a lot of social dramas happen in class 1-2 between the girls. They express more. So I don't go and say, you're my best friend. First I have to say, you're not my best friend. I'm not going to play with you. I play with her. I push this away so that I can reach. This gesture you see everywhere, everywhere. By saying, green is not my favorite color, first I have to say that. What's your favorite color? Green. That is not my favorite color. Okay, that's not my favorite color. So what is yours? Green is not my favorite. But what is your favorite color? Green is not my favorite color. Okay, so it's just not mine. So okay, but what? I don't know any other color. Okay, so I'm still learning. And then 2 days later, I come and say, I found my favorite color. That's right. Green is not mine. By the time best friend also changes the mind, and her favorite color becomes red. Today I changed my mind. It is red. Oh, mine is not red now. Because I need this. I am not this. So I can be that. If I'm not this, I can be that. I suggest, give an example for you. You watch this as a whole. So don't take it personally. If a child is pushing you like this, you also see where the child is receiving. By pushing you away, what is it the child is experiencing? If a little boy has to push you away, I am not listening to your teacher, I am not opening the main lesson book. This boy also is learning how to sit without touching that next person. Okay, this boy is also having sympathy towards this is my leg. I can sit now. This is my chair and my table. While I am having this sympathetic relationship where I am saying, this is my chair, my place, I can sit still, this is my main lesson book, I might push some. So you see as a whole. Don't see one as one polarity. But whenever you see antipathy, you see, why am I being pushed away? What is happening there on the other side? So we call parents and we call teachers into a dialogue now. Every teacher wants to know, how is she at home? What is she doing? Oh, she never talks. We don't even know what's happening in her life. She's become so quiet. We never get even one word out of her. Oh my God, she doesn't stop talking in the class. I'm struggling. So there's polarity, there's duality. What is expressed here, what is expressed here could be true. But when a parent and teacher come and talk to each other, and when a teacher sees this child while talking, teacher can see this child who is not talking at home already inside. This chatty little girl is also not speaking at home. So all that non-speaking being has to speak here now. Now, the parent understands if she is not speaking here at home, she might have exhausted herself in speaking in the class. Thank God I chose a good school and a good teacher. So we start seeing the duality. We start holding the duality as one. Because child is not able to do that, not yet able to do that for herself or himself. So every child is asking, I have this and that. Can you see it? Can you see it? Loving authority is seeing that and also inviting the child to enter the process. I know that you're struggling. I can sense your inner battle. Right now you are choosing whether to open the main lesson book or not. I understand that. But I can hold you in this special, unique, loving relationship. And then you can carry yourself on this bridge of love. And then come into my intention. So it's almost like my intention through the love which we both experience consciously moves your lens into opening book. And then some children come and say, I also heard that voice, don't open the book, don't open the book. And then what happens? So, how did you open it? Just open it. What happened to the being which was telling you, no, don't open the book? I don't know. It went away. I think it came to me. This is how little girls talk to each other. Okay, you can just tell it, who are they? What is your problem? I am listening to her. And it goes, really? Yes. Fantasy, imagination, sharing, friendship, which lives between the children, also gives them a possibility. Some children are directly connected to the teachers. Some children are connected to the teachers through their best friends. Some children are not connected and related to the teacher directly. Sometimes when you have a child, 8, 9-year-old, and you have a sleepover with a friend, and your child's best friend loves you dearly and listens to you everything you do, and then your child starts listening. Did you have that experience? And as a parent, you wish that you always had sleepovers. And if you have 8 children, it's all the more good, and then everybody eats and everybody's listening. More the merrier, isn't it? Yeah? So one child listens to you at the bath time, and the other child listens to you at the dining room, and then another child listens to you when you have to comb the hair, and then everything happens smoothly. And you know exactly whom to invite for which action, and then your child suddenly comes in. Yeah? So good. Sleepovers are very good at that. Because another layer to this period which we talked, we refer to that period as Rubicon. Something from this oneness to the individuality, a crossing the river, crossing the bridge, building a bridge. At the time during this period, 8 to 12, every child experiences others' feelings as their own feelings. So before I develop my independent feeling, I experience your feelings, my friend's feelings, as my feeling. And later, I separate them from your feeling and my feeling. Much later, the child can say, I like it, even though you don't know. For some children, 10, 10 and a half, 11, 11 3/4, and some of us still can't say it. Some of us still say, I would like to have a cup of coffee. No, we're having tea today. Okay. Do you want to have a coffee? Yeah. But we're having tea today. Okay. If you like to have coffee while I'm having tea, it's okay. It's okay. We'll have tea today. I'm still not very clear to stand in front of everyone and say, are you all having tea? Okay, you all have tea and I'm sitting here and then having my coffee and I'm feeling very good about it. Even while I'm having coffee, I'm not feeling very good about it. Maybe I should have had tea and join them and then share. I still don't know. I'm still in my Rubicon. in some areas. So complex paradox situation. So don't read it as black and white. Every time I have to move away from the spiritual world to go here. Sometimes I move away from the earthly world. No one cares for me. No one in this house cares for me. They're just laughing and having dinner while I'm crying in my bed. So I have an antipathy towards my whole biological family right now at this moment. So then I fall into the nice warm arms of the spiritual world. But out of my different direction, not because unconsciously a picture image from my pre-birth life is guiding me. No. Because I experience that no one really cares for me in this world. This is coming from this way, not that way. See the picture totally. This is coming from this way, out of my real life experience that no one really understood, out of my pain. Now I'm saying, I know you, and then there is sympathy there. But antipathy towards the spiritual world, which you read in the lectures, mental pictures from the pre-birth life are unconscious. They're guiding me. They're constantly guiding me. And if I continue to be guided by that, I will never become independent, conscious person. This is about consciousness. Okay, that antipathy is different from this antipathy. This is conscious antipathy. As a teacher, you are consciously expressing your antipathy towards a certain behavior. Not unconsciously showing this, that is not allowed because I think that is bad. No. You work with consciousness, you work with the pain, and you ask, why are you not opening your main lesson book, my dear child? In what way can I express so that you can hear me? What is troubling you? I go through this question, I go through this pain, I go through this sensory experience of your pain and my pain, and work is not happening. This is earthly world. I consciously now am saying, I love you, but I am not going to take this attitude which comes out of you, which shows me that you don't care to open the main lesson book. Towards that attitude, that behavior, I consciously push that attitude away. This is conscious antipathy to my conscious life. That, if I don't push that, that is always guiding me from my pre-birth life. In this battle between that and this, I am free to suddenly do something which I never did. Not which I've known from spiritual world, not which you all expect as my colleagues to do with this child. I do something out of my free will, out of my love for this child. Every teacher does something for this child which is not expected. Some teachers actually do something for the children and come out of it and say, I don't know why I did it. And it worked. It worked. Oh my God, it worked. And other teachers ask, shall we go and practice this with the other children? No. No. It doesn't work like that. First, I have to now have this antipathy towards what pictures I'm getting out of this behavior between me and this class student inside my class. I'm feeling real upset, frustration around this person. I really want to pull her up and shake her up. This is coming out of my own pictures, and then I push them away. I said, no, I'm choosing love. I'm choosing love. I'm choosing will to understand. I'm not going to let this emotion which is coming out of me guide my meeting with this child. I'm now actually wrestling with my own inner life. I'm pushing it away as a teacher. I am choosing love. For that, I have to overcome this antipathy that comes, which sometimes makes me feel I want to strangulate this little one because she's always disturbing my main lesson just when I am coming to the peak of my teaching. Every day this happens. Every day. Not 2 days, not 3 days, not 1 week, not 2 weeks. Whole year, this is what happened from this child. Yeah? Or send her to the next class. Send her away out of my class. Do you ever feel this? Honestly meet it. And that's what push it. This is not coming out of my truth. I don't even know who she is. This is not coming out of my sensory experience or earthly understanding of this child. This is coming from somewhere. I did not check it. Why am I feeling this? But feeling is there. I push it. I bring it out of me and I show antipathy towards it and I choose to reach out to this child. This is love. This is love. I choose love and I want to understand this child. All my colleagues are telling, do this. School doctor is coming and telling, do that, it works. You need to wake her up to what she's doing. She cannot do this and then get away without consequences for it. But I'm saying, no, I'm choosing love. I want to understand what is happening to her. I'm taking a step towards her. After I understand her, and I see her whole picture, I see her in a battle, I see her limitation, I see her intention to listen to me, but inability to listen to me. Her body is not listening because she doesn't eat in time, she doesn't sleep at time, she's watching too much television, and she cannot tell her limbs what she has to do. There is a being in her which is bigger than her. Now, my antipathy, which I was pushing my image, my negative feeling away, now I direct it here. I am the master for my soul. Now I'm directing my antipathy towards what is stopping this little child from working towards this. And I give her the strength of this love so that she can come towards me. So see these hands again, if that makes sense to you. Here is something that is happening between me and this child. And I'm saying, what belongs to me and what belongs to me. You see this picture? So when this hand, my left hand is going into me, I'm working with my own antipathy and sympathy and finding love for myself, my relationship from my side. While this hand is going there, I'm understanding her, what is happening to her, where she's struggling. She's a little child and she doesn't know that there is sympathy, antipathy. She never experienced this soul swing. She doesn't even know what is happening to her. She's just showing everything to me. Everything. This is where I'm helpless. So I'm now helping her to do what needs to be pushed out, how she can come into this relationship. And suddenly she starts writing. So bear with me and hold the question up, write down the question. I'm going to take you into deeper depths. This happens even in class 7. This happens even in class 7. Class 7 child is going through the same thing. All my friends are telling, if I listen to my teacher, I'm not very cool. When I go for morning tea break, they make fun of me because I'm a boy and I'm still using colors and making boundaries and then putting dots and then making column and then form drawing, and then only girls do that. I'm a boy and then I'm a big boy. Little hair is coming and things are growing and then I'm a boy now. I'm a different person now. I need to be a boy. And I can't do this any longer. So every time she comes close to me, puts her finger and points out. And this, in real life, this big boy in class 6, very difficult boy, I went to see him in one of the Australian Steiner schools. And then I went to him and there was a change in the class teacher. There was this very, very loving, very strict Italian class teacher. Class 1 to class 5. She writes houses and she really rode on these children's astral forces and really regulated it. They all worked beautifully. And then a new man who came to replace her. And he's very scared. These are all big boys. First time teaching in the world of school. And then what happens? All these boys don't know what to do. One side, they're grieving for the teacher who left. On the other hand, they can see this boy is not going to do anything for them. Yeah? So they can just play it because this is only a little boy. Okay? I don't even experience his love because he's so scared he can't even express love. Okay? Of course, he sings well and he knows his geometry well and then his blackboard drawings are very good, and so what? Okay? If he's so good in that, so what? Is he touching my soul? Can I relate to it? And I'm just in grief now. And this body which is coming and overcoming me, I don't even know how to control it. So I'll go to him and then I say boundaries. Yeah, so my finger is there. And he finished his work, beautiful work from the blackboard. I said, make a boundary. Yeah, I walk around the classroom. Yeah, and then I walk around. And third time I come and I see. I want to see it in color. And then I walk away. I come back in future. And he closed the book and then threw it into the desk because he doesn't want to show me that he listened to me, and he did. And then I come back, I say, and I was seeing every child is showing me, I did this and then I did this, Lakshmi, and come here, Lakshmi, I did this, and I made it up, and then I went to him and said, where's yours? Done. Where is it? Done. Yeah, show it to me. Done. Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it. You saw so many children's work, how many more you want to see? I didn't see yours. I want to see yours. Now, at this moment, I want to see it. Okay. Yeah, desk opens, book comes. Here it is. Beautiful. Very beautiful. And I walk away. And the next morning, I walk back to the school, and then he comes back. Good morning. What's your name? Lakshmi. Nice name. Yeah. I like your drawing. Even I like it. My mom also liked it. Did you show it to mom? Yeah. So there's little softening there. Is this antipathy or sympathy or love? All in one bowl. Okay. Is that making a picture? This doesn't stop. This doesn't stop. Even though we're talking about 8 to 11 3/4. 8 to 11 3/4, that meeting happens. I see that you see that I see. But every time you individualize in life, you go through the same experience of this fear, anxiety, look at me. Can somebody look at me what I am going through these things? Can somebody love me unconditionally and don't put me on antipsychotics and antidepressants and anxiolytics and then send me for counseling? Okay, or give me an advice and then moral advice and just go, okay, pull yourself up and then straighten your life, and then how many more days you're going to do this? I just want someone to see me. And I just need to have one memory after 8 to 11 3/4. One memory. Every time I individualize, that memory guides. It's so powerful, that memory guides me. It's not that we finish Rubicon. We don't ever finish. Now, if I have to individualize in my life, I have to take a step. I say yes, I say no, I talk to all my friends, and then I go and tell them the same thing for 8-9 months, and then they look at me. Here she comes and she's going to talk the same thing again. Oh my God. Why don't you just decide and then do something about it? And I tell the story again, and then start it again. Oh my God. She comes again, and then she starts again. And somebody listens to me and he says, tell me again, how are you going with that? 6 months ago you said that you're doing this, and did you decide on it? No. Come, let's talk about it. I'll make a cup of tea. Tell me again everything, what you're doing, what you're going to do. At the end of it, no advice given. And then, that's so nice. We could catch up. Anytime you need a cup of tea, come here. It's unconditional. This is unconditional. And if you're listening to me and if you see me swinging, but coming to a point where I'm not able to push away something which is overpowering me from inside, as a listener, you can push it. As a listener, you can do everything. Does that make sense? That is healing. Can I take your example? It's okay? Thank you. Gaurav allowed us in the morning group to question him after the nature study. He had this thought, he had this plan, how to go and meet his observation, the plan. So we're all waiting. Okay, we're all waiting. And he talked and he talked and he talked. We all could see that he's not touching it, not smelling it, not rolling on it, not using the senses. It's not a judgment. we feel that he has a block to touch it. And we have to have that, whatever is stopping him from touching it, whatever is stopping him from getting dirty by rolling on it, whatever is stopping him from eating it and smelling it, he might fall sick, to that fear, to that inhibition, to that blocking that feeling inside him, to that we show antipathy. But we were showing more and more interest towards, and then what happened? And then what happened? And tell us more. Yeah, tell us more. Give us more. And then, why did you choose this? What thought was there behind this? And what did you feel? So we were all eager. So we are interested in him. We are not judging him for not doing it. We are understanding him deeply, deeply as truly, truly somebody whom we love. And we go inside him in the story. We even push that a little bit. And to the point, he could say, actually, I was scared. I had this fear that if I touch it, I might get dirty. If I eat it, I might get sick. Yeah? But we needed to push it and push it and push it. And then that came out. Okay, now we are all free, and he's free to say, do I want to overcome this fear? Do I want to trust that even though I fall sick, it will be fine? This little plant, this blade of grass will go inside me and heal me through the illness or through sickness. All freedom. We didn't give any advice. But will to understand, we went into the middle point of this sympathy antipathy. Yeah, I want to meet the grass, but then I didn't meet it. Okay, we actually were sitting in his soul, and he allowed us to open. Okay, like little Hanuman opens, we open his chest. Totally, to the big group. Okay. And he said, come in, and you can swing like this. And we kept asking questions. And we just sat very calmly. Very calm. And he allowed us, you can ask. Little children do that. Little children, when they trust their teacher, and they say, come, ask me more questions. Have interest in him. Don't just assume that I am just oppositional negative behavior. I need a counseling session. Ask me what's happening to me. Sometimes the question you need to ask is, what did you eat in the morning? Nothing. Mom didn't get up. Oh. Would you like to have a piece of that? That's all. So I'm not asking, why did you not write in the main lesson book? How did I know that I have to ask, what did you eat in the morning? Will to, no. For other child, question might be something deep. Will to understand takes me into a journey into this child. And this child is so open. You can actually feel the hunger. You enter the place. Will to understand. The will takes me with warmth, with pure interest, non-judgmental interest what's happening. Total surrender. I'm here, teacher. You can play with me. You can go into my sympathy. You can go into my antipathy. You can play there. You can do a little Sufi dance there. And then you can actually give me something and you can tell me what to do. And some of them actually will say, have a glass of water. And they drink. Yeah? Thank you. And some of them say, I don't need any water now. And then, have a glass of water. I don't need it. I'm not thirsty. Just drink it. And then, I don't need it. So we just go, put our hand on the shoulder. Drink it. Good. I drank it. Feels different. How did you know that I needed a glass of water? Another layer of trust. Another layer of relationship. In the depth of the relationship. We build it. We build it many times. Antipathy. So antipathy, sympathy happening here. Antipathy, sympathy happening here. Antipathy, sympathy happening here. Antipathy, sympathy happening there. Yeah? And antipathy, sympathy happening there. Everywhere. Can you see it now? Okay, it's now in your head, troubling you, so many of you. How many lectures are on antipathy and sympathy? How many times did you say that? Without saying it, and with saying it, and without indirectly or directly or polarity or thinking and will or past life and future life and then previous incarnation, next incarnation, spirit and matter and sympathy and antipathy, soul life. He's just saying the same thing again and again and again. So how many antipathy sympathies you see? How many trinities you are seeing? Till such time you stand in the middle of it. And what permeates all these polarities is one: will to love. As long as I'm willing to love, and the love comes and stays above this sympathy and antipathy, when you're drowned with this antipathy, sympathy here and there, and then I'm struggling, she's struggling, we are struggling together, class is struggling, colleagues are struggling, whole world is struggling, and there is no hope for me and this child in the classroom, I can choose to love. Step out of this sympathy antipathy plane and let's just choose to stay in love. And there everything disappears. Everything disappears when a 13-year-old comes and says, don't worry, I love her. After a long story about why this mom is like this and that mom is like this, and she never asks me how I'm feeling, she never listens when I'm talking to her, she's only interested in how I look and what I'm eating, she's never interested in what I am feeling, there's no point in talking to her. At the end of the story, I love her. He's so nice. So do you still want me to talk to her? No need. No need. I'm in a level that doesn't exist any longer. Now I said all that I have to say about this person, and now I'm also saying they always go to the door, turn around to these children and say, but Lakshmi, I love her. Okay? Close. Yeah. This antipathy, sympathy, I just want you to see what I go through inside my soul towards my mother. Yeah? I just want you to see it. That's okay. I'm 13 now. You don't have to come inside and help me. But you be a witness. Sometimes they invite you to do that for them. Sometimes they tell you, no thank you, I can do it. And some boys tell you, come inside and do it, but no. Why did you come inside? Why are you sitting in my knee? Okay. Why are you doing this to me? Go away. Okay, I go away. I go away in my physical world. Do I really go away? When your children say go away, are you really going away? And if your daughter walks upstairs and then locks herself in the room, and are you enjoying dinner here at the table and laughing? No. You're just playing the role of a good wife and good daughter-in-law and good mother for the rest of the children at the table. But a part of you is already with that child. And sometimes, out of this, we leave them totally. We are so busy and so torn and so much inside ourselves with our own drama of antipathy, sympathy, and not able to love. We leave them totally, thank God. They quickly run to the spiritual world. I call it benign negligence. By default, we leave our children sometimes. We can also leave them consciously. We can also have conscious antipathy. We can also choose to say, out of my love for you, I'm not entering that space, you deal with it. Because I know that if I leave you, you have somebody else to guide. I'm bringing a bit of shyness life. If only we can teach our children how to breathe and how to sleep, we have done our work. Simple. We're teaching them how to breathe, that's sympathy, antipathy, and how to sleep. So when world is not working, that works. And many times, unfortunately, as human beings, we go back to the spiritual world only when the earthly world leaves us. Otherwise, we are in this grease. Okay, this person is going to save my soul, and that person is going to love me, and this person is going to give me advice, and that counselor is going to tell me how to set my life right. And then you come to a point where actually the truth is there is no one. And that's the moment, that's the night I go up and then come back. And of course I come back and then fall into the trap again Maybe she will tell me something, maybe she will tell me something, maybe he'll give me some comfort, maybe this is going to be good. And this happens to a child. For the first time, the child is learning how to go through the pain in an earthly world, feel abandoned or not being understood, tears out of this, and then this. And when they sleep, when they wake up with the grace, flowers look different, mom looks different, the friend with whom I fought looks different, one night sleep, all gone. Total transformation. That does not happen to us, but that happens to a child between 8 to 12. One night good sleep, they go and then come back. Even now it happens because we work with this total trust and faith, and we pray. We learn to pray, and then we educate. So what are we educating? We are educating children in this period to be subjected to antipathy and sympathy in many levels and find their own pathway to love. You're not interfering, you're not saying it in words, you're not telling them, love one another like good children, share with everyone. No, we're just witnessing them, how they're mean to each other, how they lack compassion in some places, how they can hate their best friend and make the person cry. We're not going to call them back into circles and tell them what you did was wrong, you caused pain to her, did you see how much pain you caused to her? No, I don't see anything, I only feel. And this is still at this level. This hasn't come to this level. Not to wake them up to their emotional. This is a very subtle period where it is still at the body and unconscious soul level. Rudolf Steiner has a name for it. He calls it sentient soul. Sentient soul is almost like a body, but experiencing, feeling vaguely, as though it is still in sleep, not woken up fully, still can't be expressed. We can't pull it out and counsel them. We can't give them morality lectures. He talks about there is no external morality. In Waldorf schools, there is internal morality. But how will the child take it into night sleep? Only when the child sees you seeing what happened. So we witness in a way that I'm witnessing you in a way that you see what I see. With no judgment, equanimity. Yeah? Pure love. I am not recoiling from what I have seen there. I'm not having antipathy towards what came out of you. This is pure love. I saw you exactly how you pushed that boy, and then exactly how he's being punished, and you sat there like a little innocent girl. I saw the whole story, but I allow it to happen. But I look into this girl's eyes. I see. Do you see what I see? You're free. You go home and sleep with this teacher's look. What did teacher look there? See there? A part of me which was not comprehensible for me. I didn't know. That part of me which is me and which pushes this boy and which gets him into trouble and sits innocently when the teacher comes, okay, with big innocent eyes, and watch this boy being punished and then don't say anything. That part of me which teacher has seen, now I can take it to the spiritual world, and they teach me. They might say, very good that you did to him, because he needed it, and you already agreed to do that for him. So he was very happy that you treated him like that. Oh, and she'll come next day and do it a little bit more. Have you seen that in the classrooms? So some children go till organically it is over, because they are telling them how long. So some parents come and ask me, how long do I tolerate this before my child seriously gets hurt? Time is not very serious. If we really let them work through our children. if we don't go into them. The social life of children at this age is very different. It's almost unimaginable for many of us. We need to imagine it. I never thought this is what it means when these two children come together and this is what happens. That's so interesting. And when you worked it out, when you don't want this child to surrender to something that is coming out of the past, out of the pre-birth, and bringing animal nature out of this child, that's the part I need to educate. With love for the child, with antipathy towards that picture. Simultaneously, at the same time, can you see this? Love for this whole being, but antipathy towards that behavior. I am not approving what you do in that situation with your pen, but I love it. Can I hold love and can I hold? I also have sympathy and I also see how much you are struggling. But my expectation on you is not going to change. Rudolf Steiner says, put the expectation high and don't lower it. So I'm doing a lot of dance, isn't it? I'm holding my space in pure, non-judgmental, warm love, unconditional love. That's quite a work. And I'm also looking at which part of you I should show empathy towards, which part I am holding with love, and how can I trust in night you are going to be guided for the next step. I'm not doing the whole work, I'm doing this. I'm also talking to them and I'm telling this is what I did for her. Are you going to take over the next part? Yeah. I go home and in my review I write and tell them this much happened in the classroom. Now you take over. She's going to come tonight with what happened. Will you please take over? So there's a clear handing over, taking over. Next morning I wake up and I listen to the spiritual girls who tell me she came last night and we showed her a picture and this is the picture we showed. Oh, I didn't know this one. This is how we work with the pre-birth life and karma pictures in relationships. So there is not one sympathy and antipathy line. Tonight you can draw this picture. Many lines of sympathy and antipathy. Above all this matrix of sympathy, antipathy, polarities, there's one clear, conscious choice, love. And this is my commitment. I choose love. I choose love sometimes even against truth. I don't have to know what is happening. Many times I don't know what is happening between these two girls politically. It's too much to enter that place. But I'm choosing to love them. I'm choosing to witness them, not understanding. Till yesterday you were fine. Now what happened between your group and that group? 10 minutes I go for a cup of tea, political scene changes. How the positions change. It's beyond. Sometimes I choose love to the truth. To work with antipathy, sympathy, constantly I have to say, this changes in the high school. This changes once I turn 12. This changes when I'm working with children above 14. We could not go there, but that's okay. We'll see how we can timetable tomorrow. Yeah? We might be able to timetable tomorrow in a day, but we can change certain things. Then try and do it. We can do it.
Add on something to say.
Yeah.
And the other is a question which I don't know if this
Can
is
you
clear
write
or-
in that? Yeah, write and give it to me.
Question right now. What I want to add was
That you can do it at the dinner table for your group.
oh, sorry.
Yeah. So we find time and space for everything to happen. Don't swallow it back. Okay, whatever is coming, and then you quickly now working with the time and space. Remember from the morning exercise? So constantly work. For everything there is time. For everything there is space. You just have to find it. Don't kill it. What's coming out of your soul, don't push it back. And don't say, we don't have time. We're going to close it. No, we're not going to close it. Yeah? We close it in a way that whatever we needed to say to the others, they better hear it in the flight when they're going back home. We learn how to say these things, and we still are together here. Between now and we say goodbye till tomorrow, when we create the time for it to function. So is that something which you can, is there more clarity in this loving authority? We can put more and more layers to this. 14 chapters in Study of Man. He gave millions of pictures in it. So it's never-ending discourse on human soul and the sympathy and empathy. How do I manage my soul as a teacher and as a parent? And how do I take responsibility for my little child's just coming up into this consciousness of the soul. And always remembering that this is the first time this being is experiencing it on earth. Next 7-year cycle is not going to be the same like this. Turning 7 is very special. Turning 7 is for the first time this body-soul experience in this incarnation. So we try to make it in a way that the spiritual world's experience is still living here. We don't make it crash landing. We make it as though it is happening in the spiritual world. With love, with this warmth, with this witnessing quality which comes out of the spiritual world. Non-interference and freedom. Freedom is a big word from the spiritual world. For the first time, child needs to experience freedom in being bound in the body. That is the art of love. How can I bind this child in a way that child experiences freedom? If I bind this child, the more rules you put, non-negotiable rules, the more they're free in the expression. So you are very cleverly, art of teaching is about to choose how to give this experience of freedom in a way that it can happen in this experience of being bound in the body. Bound to karma, bound to body, bound to flesh. The whole culture, tradition, social conditioning. I'm bound. By 7, I'm totally bound. Can I experience freedom? Staying here in this, that is loving. The more you bind them with this intention of giving them experience, because freedom without boundary is not human experience. That is not human experience. We did for 1 or 2 generations already that mistake, and we are cleaning it up, and we are making a U-turn for that. Freedom was misunderstood in last 2 generations all over the world. So this loving authority Rubicon is the key for this new way of caring for children before they turn 12. Am I binding them? Am I free? How do I do it?